Hello, I am working from home and homeschooling my 5-year-old, and in this process I was able to actually put the two together. I made this contraption here to demonstrate to my daughter how breathing works. Okay, so as I was doing that, I was reminded of my training in Pilates and how our pelvic floor responds when we're doing purposeful breathing. And I added to this contraption, so you might be familiar with this part of it from some part of your schooling or your children's school, where you have the two balloons are representing our lungs, the straws here are representing our trachea, and then this bottom balloon is demonstrating what the diaphragm does during our breath. Well, I added to this to show our pelvic floor. So I've added on this area to demonstrate our abdominal cavity. The Orbeez that are inside here are showing your abdominal contents, and then the rubber bands at the bottom are our pelvic floor. Okay, so what I want to demonstrate here is that on our inhale, the diaphragm contracts, okay, and the dome of the diaphragm goes down. Our lungs fill with air, the volume of our lungs increases, and the pressure on our abdominal contents increases as well because of the pressure the diaphragm puts on it, okay? So when that happens, our pelvic floor responds, okay? So I want to demonstrate that. So we're gonna take a big inhale, and you're gonna see the balloons blow up. That's our lungs filling with air. Our diaphragm domes down, and it puts pressure on those Orbeez. Okay, and then we're gonna exhale, the diaphragm goes up, and then we push the air out of our lungs, okay? So what we know is the pelvic floor responds, okay, on the inhale, okay? So the inhale is big inhale, my lungs fill, you can see the balloons blowing up, and the diaphragm domes down, and you can see that. And you see how the Orbeez adjust. That's the pressure that's being put on the abdominal cavity. Okay, and then on our exhale, the diaphragm relaxes. As you see there's no pressure on the diaphragm. I'm not pulling on the diaphragm, okay? The lungs we've pushed the air out of our lungs, so the lung volume decreases, okay? The transverse abdominis contracts to help push the air out, and our pelvic floor contracts, okay? Makes sense, right? And I feel like this is I'm really proud of myself at how cool this is. So again, we'll demonstrate that. I guess what the point of all of this, or the goal I have for this, is to show a lot of people don't realize that doing these breathing techniques is actually a pelvic floor exercise. So I'm hoping that this visual will help you realize how important those breathing exercises are, and you're getting more than just relaxation and mobility and all the other great benefits you get from practicing purposeful breathing. You also are getting a pelvic floor workout. And it is hard, you know, anyone that has tried to do specific pelvic floor exercises, it's hard to know if you're doing it right. You kind of, I think I'm doing it right. I don't know if this is exactly it. Just know that if you're doing if you're doing the breathing techniques, you're also helping your pelvic floor, okay? So let's do that one more time. So we're gonna take a big inhale. We are going to increase the volume of our lungs as the diaphragm domes down. We put pressure on our abdominal contents. The pelvic floor responds. And then we exhale, the air comes out of the lungs, the diaphragm relaxes, and then we know that the transverse abdominis and the pelvic floor contracts. All right, I hope this is helpful in some way. I had fun doing this. I hope y'all enjoy it. Thank you.